BTS leader Kim Namjoon, better known as RM, just did it again. This time, not on stage with music, but at the global stage of APEC. RM became the first K-pop artist ever invited to speak at the APEC CEO Summit, and his words left a mark far beyond the music industry.
BTS first started to go outside Korea about 10 years ago. And back then, we didn't dream of what we see today. Nothing was like this. Did you ever turn on your TV or radio and hear a song that's not in your language or in English? Probably not very often, right? I felt how hard it is to ever hear a Korean song in an English-speaking country. I saw how high a cultural barrier could be. At that time, the music of BTS was quickly called non-English foreign culture. Trying to get on mainstream media through our music was like doing an experiment and a huge challenge.
For those who don't know, APEC, the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, is a global platform where world leaders, CEOs, and innovators discuss the future of trade, technology, and society. This year, something unique happened. A musician was part of that conversation, and not just any musician, a voice that's been inspiring millions for over a decade. RM's speech wasn't about fame or fandoms. It was about connection, about how creativity and culture can build bridges between nations. He said things like, "When cultural barriers come down, creativity explodes." That line alone captures the heart of K-pop's impact today.
BTS first started to go outside Korea about 10 years ago. And back then, we didn't dream of what we see today. Nothing was like this. Did you ever turn on your TV or radio and hear a song that's not in your language or in English? Probably not very often, right? I felt how hard it is to ever hear a Korean song in an English-speaking country. I saw how high a cultural barrier could be. At that time, the music of BTS was quickly called non-English foreign culture. Trying to get on mainstream media through our music was like doing an experiment and a huge challenge.
And how art can create understanding. It wasn't just a celebrity moment, it was a moment of global cultural diplomacy. This isn't the first time RM has stood before world leaders. Back in 2018, he addressed the United Nations during BTS's partnership with UNICEF. That day, he gave one of the most memorable speeches of his career. No matter who you are, where you're from, your skin color, gender identity.
Last November, BTS launched the Love Myself campaign with UNICEF, building on our belief that true love first begins with loving myself. We've been partnering with UNICEF's End Violence program to protect children and young people all over the world from violence. And our fans have become a major part of this campaign with their action and with their enthusiasm. After releasing our Love Yourself albums and launching the Love Myself campaign, we started to hear remarkable stories from our fans all over the world, how our message helped them overcome their hardships in life and start loving themselves. Those stories constantly remind us of our responsibility. So, let's take all one more step. We have learned to love ourselves. So now I urge you to speak yourself. I'd like to ask all of you, what is your name? What excites you and makes your heart beat? Tell me your story. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your conviction. No matter who you are, where you're from, your skin color, your gender identity, just speak yourself. Find your name and find your voice by speaking yourself.
Speak yourself. That message became the soul of BTS's Love Myself campaign with UNICEF, a movement that raised millions to support children and teens worldwide, promoting self-love and mental health awareness. From Love Yourself to standing at APEC, RM's message has grown, but the heart remains the same. It's always been about empathy, identity, and hope. At the UN, he spoke for youth. At APEC, he spoke for culture.
It was a test to see if music in Korean can work on the global stage. We tried to get on TV to show the world our music, but the doors were closed and would not move. But, as you know, we couldn't just sit around and wait. We tried to make our own opportunities. We danced in the streets. We handed out flyers to free shows. But there was something even more difficult than those. When we said we are artists from Korea, they didn't ask us about our music. They asked, are you from North Korea or South Korea? Where on earth is Korea? So we had to explain where Korea was before we could even talk about our music. And that was the reality. But we overcame those barriers, and now I'm here today sharing this precious moment with you.
He's become a bridge between art and global change. He represents a new kind of leader, one who inspires not through power, but through purpose. This speech matters because it proves how far the world has come in recognizing culture as soft power. K-pop, once seen as just entertainment, is now part of serious global conversations. RM being invited to APEC isn't about celebrity status. It's about respect for cultural impact. Just like Beyoncé's UN speech or Malala's UN address, RM's words reached beyond music. They inspired reflection on creativity, connection, and compassion. Online, fans were emotional. Hashtags like hashtag RMXAPEC and hashtag Proud of Namjoon started trending worldwide. People called him a voice of reason and a cultural ambassador. It wasn't just armies celebrating. Even world media praised how a K-pop artist could represent a generation with such grace. From a young rapper in Seoul to a speaker at the UN and APEC, RM's journey is proof that words can change worlds. His music inspires millions, but his voice inspires nations. Whether it's Love Yourself or Break the Barrier, his message remains timeless. Kim Namjoon doesn't just speak for BTS. He speaks for youth, for dreamers, and for the power of art to move the world. And that's why this moment at APEC will be remembered, not as a pop culture headline, but as a milestone in global history.
ARMY was the force that broke down those barriers. They used our music as the medium to carry out conversations that cross borders and languages. They were inspired by the message in the music of BTS to give to charity, to run social campaigns, and finally the world was amazed. Back then, ARMY was seen as supporters of a minority culture from Asia. Now, they shake the world as a new community and a fandom culture. Even at this very moment, they're crossing borders and breaking down barriers through the pure power of cultural solidarity.
If RM's journey inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate the power of music, art, and voices that truly make a difference.